My name is Alex. My father is so kind that it makes me wonder if he's a saint. Because of that, people often took advantage of him. Please, I'm in a pinch right now with no money. I need to come up with $10,000 by tomorrow. When I was a child, a person whom my father called his best friend came to our house in tears. As my father comforted his best friend, he listened to what had happened. Even as a young child, I quickly understood that his best friend had borrowed money from an institution that charged unfair interest rates. I'm being threatened if I don't pay back by tomorrow. Even as a child, I understood the situation, so there was no way my father didn't. Yet, my father gently rubbed his best friend's back and said, "I understand. I've been your best friend for many years. I'll take care of it." My father put his best friend in the car and immediately headed to the bank to withdraw $50,000. "Thank you. I have some connections, so I'll pay you back soon." My father's best friend smiled through tears, seemingly grateful to my father from the bottom of his heart. "Yeah, it's okay. As long as this helps you, that's all that matters to me." My father continued to offer kind words to his best friend until the end. But not only did his best friend never repay the money, but all attempts at communication from my father to his best friend were cut off, and the apartment where his best friend had lived was left completely empty. Because of the unreturned large sum of $50,000, my family's living situation became increasingly difficult. "Hey, Dad, why did you, back then?" My best friend was in trouble. It was only natural to help, right? I don't have any regrets. My father said with a smile, but I couldn't accept it. I wasn't as kind as my father, but my situation ended up being similar, being taken advantage of by my classmates. "Hey Alex, I think I'm going to be called on in class today. I hadn't done the assignment. Can you show me yours?" Chris. He was the central figure in the class, popular with everyone, and also handsome. I often received requests from Chris like that. At first, it was just, "Can I copy your homework because I have an assignment?" Or "Can you cover for me on cleaning duty because I have plans today?" It was all within the realm of simple requests, so I accepted them. But those requests gradually escalated. "Hey, can you do the assignment for me?" That's impossible. I can show you mine, but doing it for you is." "Don't talk back. Kind Alex will do anything for me, right?" No matter how much Chris provoked me or gave me unreasonable orders, no one in the class helped me. "Hey, Alex, give me some money." "Money? I'm telling you to give me some money." "It's impossible to give you money." While Chris never resorted to violence, he started to pressure me. In this world, I can't be as kind as my father. After I refused Chris's requests, he started to harass me. This harassment included tripping me while walking in the classroom, throwing my pencil case in the trash, and getting my shoes muddy. However, since my family was struggling, even if my stationery or shoes got dirty, I couldn't afford new ones and just cleaned them to use at school. "Can't your family even afford new pens? You're so poor." I had lost the will to even argue back against Chris's taunts. By doing something for that person, I painfully realized before becoming an adult that nothing would come back to me in return. I thought my life got messed up all because of Chris. I can't wait to move out and become independent and live for myself. That's definitely better. I don't want to be involved with anyone anymore. With that decision in my heart, I got a job immediately after graduating high school. After getting a job, I moved out and started living alone. It was about a year after I had started working. There it was. While riding on a swing, I saw a high school girl crying about something. Normally, I would prefer not to get involved with anyone and just pass by, but something about the girl's demeanor made me feel like this was not just any ordinary situation. I hesitated for a moment to speak to her, but she seemed to be genuinely seeking help. Unlike Chris, so I decided to approach her. I cautiously approached the girl and asked, "Are you okay?" Trying not to seem like a suspicious person, I spoke to her while keeping some distance, and the girl looked up at me. Well. She stopped crying for a moment when she saw me, but then her face crumbled and she started crying again. I wanted to comfort her but wasn't sure if it was appropriate to touch her, so my hands hovered uncertainly. After crying for a while, the girl said in a small voice, "Thank you for speaking to me," and began to tell me what happened. Her name was Ashley. She was visiting here as a tourist, but while wandering around the city alone before meeting up with her family, she was pickpocketed. All her belongings were stolen, leaving her without money or a phone. Moreover, she was at a loss as to what to do in an unfamiliar place. That's terrible. But it's my fault. My mom warned me to be wary of suspicious people. Ashley seemed on the verge of crying again after finishing her story, so I hurriedly interrupted to comfort her. "What about your family? What are they doing now?" "I have a hotel where we're supposed to meet tomorrow, but I was supposed to stay there by myself first, but now I can't." "I understand. How much do you need?" I really shouldn't. I didn't mean to make such a request. "I can take you to my place. If you have a family meeting scheduled, it's definitely better to go to the hotel. Where is it?" Without letting Ashley refuse, I asked for the hotel's location and name, and was surprised to hear it was an incredibly luxurious hotel. She must be from a wealthy family. That's probably why she was targeted by the thief. Looking closer, her attire was very elegant, with brand-name clothes from head to toe. I couldn't say it's too expensive, so I can't help with her right in front of me, so I handed her the money for the taxi and the hotel stay. "Really? Are you sure?" "Don't mention it. It's safer than staying out here all night. I'll call a taxi now." I called a taxi company and arranged for one to come to the park and safely sew Ashley off in the taxi. Ashley was a very polite girl, thanking me repeatedly until she was out of sight. That was a bit of a painful expense. While looking at my now empty wallet and feeling a bit down, I was happy to have interacted with someone and seen their grateful face for the first time in a while. Helping people, I guess I don't hate it after all. Later, as I passed the same park on my way home from work, Ashley approached me. "Is that you from the other day?" "Thank you so much for the other day. This is a little token of my appreciation." Ashley handed me a voucher for a stay at a luxury hotel. At first, I refused, saying I couldn't accept it, but Ashley insisted, so I gratefully accepted it. It was the first time I had helped someone and received something in return. Ashley and I exchanged contact information on the spot and began to communicate gradually. I gratefully used the hotel voucher Ashley gave me and was able to fully relax from the stress of work. When I thanked Ashley again via message, she seemed pleased as well. If you hadn't helped me that day, I don't know what would have become of me. The hotel voucher is just a small part of my gratitude. No, this is more than enough for me. Thank you. That day, several adults passed by the park, but no one spoke to me. I didn't have the courage to ask for help. Just when I was about to give up, you came to help. Ashley seemed genuinely happy as she recounted that day, even through her messages. "Despite my being younger, you've always treated me maturely, or rather, respectfully, and that's what drew me to you, Alex." Upon reading that message from Ashley, I immediately called her. After a few rings, Ashley answered the phone with a nervous tone. "Ashley." "Yes." "I feel the same way." After that, we started dating. Our relationship progressed smoothly, and by the 3rd year of our relationship, "Ashley, will you marry me?" I proposed to Ashley. She cried with joy and accepted, and we got married. We led a perfect married life. Ashley did most of the housework and supported me as I went to work. One day, I received an invitation to a high school reunion. The venue listed was a luxury hotel. Having not had the best memories from high school, I was unsure about attending. "What's wrong? You look really upset." Sorry, I just got an invitation to a reunion. I'm not sure if I should go." "Why not?" "Well, there's just a lot of stuff." Ashley quickly grabbed the invitation from my hand to check it. Then she exclaimed, "Oh. What's wrong?" "This hotel. I've been wanting to go. Just looking around would be enough for me. So why don't you attend the reunion, Alex? Let's go together." Persuaded by Ashley's request, I filled out the attendance section of the invitation and sent it back. On the day, I was taken aback by the luxury of the hotel as I stood in front of it. The last time I entered such an expensive hotel was when I saved Ashley. "Alex, it's beautiful." "Yeah, oh, it's time to head to the venue. What will you do afterward, Ashley?" Maybe I'll enjoy the hotel until your reunion ends." Ashley smiled at me cutely and said she would contact me after it ended, then headed to the venue. Inside, there were screams of "long time no see" from the girls and "hey, it's been a while" from the guys, making the place already lively. I watched my classmates from a corner, feeling nostalgic. Then, someone I didn't want to see approached me with the sound of his footsteps. "Hey, if it isn't Alex." Chris smirked at me as if mocking me. "Long time no see. You came, huh?" "Yeah, well, I got an invitation. Sent out of pity by the reunion committee, right? You did check the venue before deciding to attend, right?" "Yes, I did." "Huh? The poor guy has something to say." Chris mocked me loudly enough for the whole venue to hear. "It's different now." "Huh? You'll never reach my income. Working at a luxury hotel as a hotelier, I know. People with a poor vibe like you don't come here at all." I just glared at Chris, unable to retort. "Luxury hotels are for the rich only. This isn't a place for you to set foot in, idiot." Chris's insults escalated, and I clenched my fists, looking for a chance to retaliate, when suddenly, a sound of water along with droplets cascading down my head. I couldn't grasp what had happened in that instant. Slowly, my brain started to function, and I realized I had been doused with beer. Of course, the culprit was the person right in front of me. Oops, my hand slipped. "Maybe this suits a poor guy like you, huh? Chris, you bastard. Hey, don't come near me smelling like beer." "Oh right. Your participation fee is $100,000, you know. It's to compensate this hotel for being trampled by a poor person like you. Pay up." There's no way I could pay that even if I wasn't poor. As I was dripping with beer and about to retort, suddenly, the door of the venue opened, and Ashley walked in, dragging a suitcase. Ashley." Ashley glanced sharply at Chris and said, "Is this enough for you, Mr. Luxury Hotelier?" Without hesitation, she opened the suitcase right in front of Chris and me. Inside were stacks of bills, which surprised me, but Chris was even more shocked, stammering, "What are you?" "Ashley, what's this?" "Alex, it's okay. Leave it to me." Ashley's father was the president of a large company and had been interested in acquiring this luxury hotel. Ashley's family often stayed at luxury hotels, but this one was particularly a favorite of her father, who was a regular. Therefore, there was significant interaction between her father and the hotel's manager, who had requested the acquisition. "You are Alex's?" "Yes, I'm Ashley, Alex's wife." "Why do you guys, a poor couple, have so much money? What's with all this cash?" Chris, you work here, right? Then, you should have a rough idea of what can be done with this amount of money, right?" What? Ashley sighed, closed the suitcase, and pulled it toward her. "This money is for acquiring the hotel. $100,000. That's the amount we're talking about, Chris. You understand its value, right?" While tapping the suitcase, Ashley pressed on towards Chris. I came here to conduct this transaction on behalf of my father. He said that after acquiring the hotel, he would make me the owner and leave everything to me. You're not so unintelligent that you don't understand what this means, right? As Chris realized Ashley would become the owner, the color drained from his face. I'm so sorry. Chris immediately apologized to Ashley. I imagine Chris must have felt deeply humiliated being seen in such a state by our former classmates. Then, according to your logic, it seems poor people with an income lower than mine don't belong in this hotel, so would you mind leaving? As Ashley addressed the apologetic Chris with those words, he lifted his head, slowly looked around, and realizing he was being pitied by everyone, he fled the venue as if escaping. Later on, under the new ownership of Ashley, Chris was officially fired from the luxury hotel. Helping others is indeed important in life, but reflecting on my past and present selves, I've realized the importance of carefully choosing whom to help. Before meeting Ashley, my kindness often backfired, but Ashley truly understood my feelings and responded sincerely. I feel deeply fortunate to have met someone as wonderful as Ashley.